Today, I will be getting every trophy available in Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, a game where you play as a little turnip and go around ripping up government documents to avoid paying your taxes. Our first trophy is basically a gimme. When we start the game, we are faced with a tax bill saying we owe a lot of money for our house, but we ain't about to pay all that. Get rid of this. After that, we get yelled at by Mayor Onion for committing tax evasion, and we need to pay him back. But since we have no money, we have to go around and do these kind of sus errands for him. He wants us to head to Bustling Barn to get him some fertilizer, but first we need to take care of some more government documents. We go around our house area and meet a Grandma Cranberry that totally acts her age. She wants us to find her missing cat. We also meet a Blueberry who I think is having their first ever thoughts.
I'm a blueberry!
Yeah, you sure are.
You're a turnip! Goodbye!
Okay. We then steal our first key item, a watering can, from this old crippled lemon who lost his wife. Well, he doesn't need it. Now for our next trophy, we go up to this other Blueberry who has a crush on the Strawberry. We grow a flower for them and give it to the Strawberry, which they could have given it to her themselves, but whatever. The Strawberry then said this.
I don't feel the same, I'm sorry.
It's not from you?
Oh, thank the mushrooms. Excuse me?
The Strawberry gives me a love letter to give back to the Blueberry, but because she was hella rude to me, I rip it up and we get the trophy Heartless. We need a weapon going forward into this game, so we head into Weapon Woods to get the Soil Sword. On the way, we find a wanted poster for us for $1. We rip that up and pop the trophy Most Wanted. We then go up to a patch of soil that needs to be watered. We use the watering can we acquired from Old Man Lemon to get the Soil Sword and the trophy Adventurer. On the way back to the main area, we talk to a carrot who lost a baby she was babysitting. I don't know how she lost it. The baby doesn't have legs, it can't get far. And we talk to another Blueberry whose snail friend hasn't paid rent. Doesn't know what to do about it. I do. I take out Jerry and pick up the rent money. Blueberry doesn't seem too upset when he gets the money. He gives me a check to cash out the remainder, but I don't do errands for people. We rip it up and get the trophy Murderer, which is just not true. We make our way to Bustling Barn and talk to a few more fruits and veggies to pick up more quests. We also dig in the trash can to find another document. We rip it up for the trophy Dumpster Diver. Outside the barn, we talk to a construction worker and we don't believe he works here. So he shows us his 1099 form. What an idiot. We rip it up too. That gives us the trophy Contractor. We also find a literal trophy in the corner and pick it up. We also get the trophy Winner. We go into the barn and we are stopped by Slay Queen 32. She won't let us in unless we buy her a tier 3 sub. We go back to a Pepper we saw earlier and he gives us the tier 3 sub because he wants clout. We give it to Slay Queen 32 and she gives us her autograph. We rip it up for the trophy Simp. We then make our way through the barn, killing worms and snails, and ripping up a book in the mayor's office for the trophy Bookworm. Continuing on, we fight a boss pig who ate the fertilizer and got huge. We make quick work of him and he turns into delicious bacon. We also collect our first heart fruit. It increases our health and we need all of them for another trophy. In the final room, we grab the fertilizer the mayor needs and head back to him. We got stopped on the way by a beat who wants illegal wood, and Slay Queen 32 gives us a crown for helping her. We get the trophy Hat Wearer for getting our first hat. After we get the wood from the dealer Blueberry, we also pick up another heart fruit after doing a simple puzzle. We go back to the bee and give him the wood and we get a hard hat in return. Also, we get another document from the Pepper who got his clout. We rip it up to get Computer Whiz. When trying to talk to Mayor Onion, I accidentally clicked the mailbox and we got a bunch of extra hats. They don't count towards the plat, but I grabbed them anyway. Next quest Mayor Onion sets us on is finding this ancient spear known as a fork. On the way to the Forsaken Forest, we go into a carrot patch. We find a receipt on the floor and rip it up for Savvy Shopper. These carrots keep talking about some orange thing they found that looks like them that they threw in the trash. I wonder what that could be. In the trash, of course, is the baby carrot that went missing. How do they not realize that this is a baby carrot? Anyway, we go back to the babysitter and exchange the baby for the stool we need for the next area. In the farmhouse, we see that it's super run down, and through the books scattered around, we find that a family used to live here. Also, it seems they were living through a pandemic of sorts, because when they talked about going to their sibling Matt's baseball game, everyone was wearing masks, like the one we picked up. Going farther in, we find a freezer with a bunch of food in it. They live in isolation. Deb, the cosmic brownie, is a little pissed off we broke their fortifications. They tell us to complete 3 quests on the board as payback. The 3 quests we have to do is find 3 medical items for a nurse lollipop, find a missing sibling for a cherry, and turn on the power. When we go back into the farmhouse, we find a bandage in the bathroom, and we use the key we got to get the medicine. We give the supplies to the nurse, who gives us another key. We use that key to get the movements to be able to progress further. We head down the hallway to another room with some rotten cupcakes, but one has a cherry on it that looks a little different. Turns out it was the missing sibling. We also find a draft notice for the human Matthew, and we rip it to get Draft Dodger. We give Carly her sister back to get the last key and get a kiss from the cutie lollipop for some help before we finish this area. We find another letter stating that Matthew went MIA, and they want any info on his whereabouts. We ain't no snitch. In the next room is our next boss, a giant rotten cat apple. This one had a bit more trouble because I was trying to be lazy and use the bombs on him and got cornered. We took it out, and it turns out it was our old Cranberry's missing cat. We also get another heart fruit. We turn on the generator and pick up some spray paint and complete the last quest to get the fork. The Pickle Gang also asked me for a hammer to break them out. I went into another room to check if I missed anything before I left, and I saw what I can only assume is the soul of Matthew. Here's my reaction to this. What? Ew. We give the fork to Mayor Onion, and he sends us on another errand to pick up some green goop. We then give the cat back to the old cranberry lady, and she gives us an anime drawing of us that we rip up for the trophy waifu. We pick up the hammer and give it to the pickles, and they give us a fedora. We also deliver the spray paint to the graffiti guy for a heart fruit. The Forgotten Forest is full of puzzles. They're simple, but I'll skip over that boring stuff. We find another wanted poster this time for $2. We rip it up and get Devil. We find Annie's shack, and she wants us to find this mural of our creation and doodle it for her. On the way, we find an angry deer and beat it no problem. In the cave, we find the mural of the giant mushroom, aka a nuclear blast, and show it to Annie. She then wants us to go to this turnip patch. We find a turnip there, but it's not alive like we are. We fight the deer again, only this time it's huge. We get the potted petal portal, which helps us with more puzzles. We head back to Annie and we get our last quest. We go to the west and find our answers. Heading west, we see some acorns that fell into the green goop and start to become aware, not knowing what they are and what to do. We come across that deer again, and it freaking drank the goop and became a boss fight. Leave me alone already.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
We take him out and get another heart fruit and grab the green goop. We're glowing a little. I think we may be irradiated. Let's not worry about that. After returning to Annie, she gives us another hat. When we head out, an acorn wants to buy real estate, so they give us a leaf to use as money. We also find a missing phone. Before going back to the mayor, we do a little puzzle for another heart fruit. After giving Holly her phone back, she gives us a petition to sign that'll save Flip Flop from getting banned. Wow, they really predicted this. I rip it up and get petitioner. We give the mayor the goop, and now he wants a laser pointer. It's in the hatch in the woods, but we can't open it without a shovel. So we ask this potato man with caca on his head for help. And only help us if we dig up the graves of humans for some loot. Whatever, man. The gimmick here is the pumpkins will give you riddles on how to move forward. If you go the wrong way, you get kicked back to your greenhouse. Before going through, we dig up a grave for a top hat. In the third area, we find a note to someone's dead parents. It shows a picture of Matt and Liz. This is the family that lived in that farmhouse. How sentimental. We make it to the final area, and the potato is certainly excited. So excited, he made a reference that I was not expecting.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
We dig up the grave, and it's a golden shovel, which he takes and gives us his old one with a trophy criminal. We talk to the potato again. He gives us a letter to give to the potato in the icebox, because it might be his dad. We head back to the main area and give the real estate lady the leaf and get a real estate letter for the acorn. We go back to the icebox and give the letter to the potato, who then gives us the letter to give back. Oh my god, I hate fetch quests. We also give the acorn the letter, and they give us a drawing to rip up for estate agent. We go back to the graveyard and give the letter, and we get a bird hat. But wait! We have to go back to the icebox again and report to that potato. From him, we get a farmer's hat. Now we can finally continue. We open the hatch to reach the bomb bunker, where the laser pointer is supposed to be. We find a note about what to do in a radiation emergency, and we rip it for doomsdayers. In the fridge, we also find the last slice of pizza, which is an item that can heal us without running out of usage. In the bathroom, we find hair dye and a diary entry stating that they have been so long in this bunker, they've gotten super pale. We go further in, and the humans keep running from me, and I find another note. It's about how they dropped a nuke to stop a virus. Very The Last of Us coded. I rip it for Newsboy. I go into another room and find a note saying that they've been in this bunker for over 1,000 days, and they miss Matt. Well, let me tell you something about Matt. I accidentally irradiated someone who was in the closet trying to grab the hazmat suit. Oops, my bad. I continue my way through and run into Liz, who I mutated and now she wants to fight. Also, this fight has the best song in the game. She is the hardest fight in this game, but the way she pukes goo that hurts you and drags you around to smack you. She's super annoying. After some struggle, we beat her and get a heart fruit and the laser pointer. We give Mayor Onion the laser pointer, and he laughs in our face and locks us out of our house. We talk to Old Man Lemon, and he gives us the harsh truth. Our dad was Don Turnip Chino. Him, with Old Man Lemon and Mayor Onion, ran a crime family together, and my dad was the boss. Mayor Onion got too big for his britches and betrayed the family, and formed a government because he wanted more wealth and power. Now I must stop him and live up to my namesake. To be honest, I don't care. I just don't want to pay my taxes. Before that, though, we give the hair dye to the hot pepper and he shaves my head.
Damn, I messed up. We gotta go bald, fam.
Now we head under my house to find the Mafia base. We find a book about basic English and rip it for teacher. Going to the bottom floor of the basement, I find a nuke that my father wanted to destroy to keep our new life safe since it took out all humans. I got you, Dad. Just kidding, that's not canon. I find my dad's room and he left me a letter about how he is probably dead already and he left me his estate and I need to deal with Onion. I rip the letter to destroy the evidence for Turnip Chino. We also find Onion's manifesto and rip that crap for Tyrant. Now it's time to take out Onion. We confront him and he does his magical girl transformation with all the stuff we gave him. All that and he's still no match for me. But, him being a sore loser, he activates the nuke and it's game over. Or not. We get sent into the atmosphere and Onion is still alive and he became God. He wants to bring taxation without representation to the universe and I won't allow that. We send his 3 former minions flying into him with bloom booms to take him out. After beating him, we get taxation with representation, as it should be. We fall back down to Earth and we finally get the deed back to our house. We shred it for homeowner. We also got anarchist for destroying every document. But we aren't done. We still need to get the rest of the hats, heart fruits, and do the limitless line. First, we headed to a cave that wasn't available until endgame. There's a cat here that tells us where we're missing hats. Turns out, I was only missing one. I forgot to grab the hat from the girl lover blueberry. Now we head to the limitless line, an endless dungeon where we can fight forever until we die for tickets to get hats and more items for runs. We need the trophies passenger, which is for dying on the train, conductor for beating the conductor, and question mark for beating question mark. So our first step is to get to the final boss, which is the conductor. To get to him, we need to get through 12 rooms. 3 have regular enemies, and then the 4th has a boss fight. After beating a boss, there is a break room where we can get an item with a special ability to help us fight. I like the lighter, which sets enemies on fire, vampire teeth, which will give you health on defeating an enemy sometimes, and the coffee, which makes you run faster. After doing all of that, I reach the conductor and beat him to get the trophy. After beating him, you can do it all again for more tickets. They are multiplied by how many runs you have done, but the problem is that enemies get harder with each run. After beating the conductor, I was looking for question mark. He spawns only 5% of the time, and he's kinda strong. When I finally found him, he beat me, and I had to find him again, which took like an hour. I finally found him again, and I kicked his butt easily because I was using 3 times power because I was already sick of this place. I also got the trophy for dying along the way of getting the other 2 I needed, and I found the last 2 heart fruits. One of them you get from the cat in the cave for getting everything, and the last is left by the pickle gang when they escape. And with that, I got the platinum trophy. You did it! If you made it this far, I'll be going after the Kingdom Hearts Final Mix Platinum for my next video, so I hope you stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.